If your hair is shedding, your part is widening, or your ponytail feels thinner, red light therapy starts looking very tempting. The promise sounds amazing. Put on a glowing device, sit there for a few minutes, and somehow get healthier, fuller hair. Very appealing, very expensive, very easy to misunderstand. Here's the truth. Red light therapy is not a magic hair growth button. It can help certain types of thinning, but only if the follicles are still active, the device is used correctly, and you stay consistent long enough to actually judge it. And I'll tell you the biggest mistake people make with these devices, because it's exactly why a lot of expensive red light caps end up in a closet next to the ankle weights. Red light therapy for hair is usually called low-level light therapy, or LLLT. The idea is that specific red and near-infrared wavelengths may support the scalp environment and stimulate underperforming hair follicles. The key word is underperforming. This does not create hair where the follicle is already gone. If an area has been completely smooth and bare for years, red light therapy is not going to resurrect it. But if you're dealing with early thinning, miniaturized hairs, a widening part, age-related thinning, or androgenetic hair loss, that is where it may have a realistic role. Now here's the practical point most people miss. Red light therapy works best when you stop treating it like a quick fix and start treating it like a habit. You do not use it twice, stare in the mirror, and ask where your hair is. Hair grows slowly. Most people need 3 to 6 months of consistent use before they can fairly judge results. Some may notice less shedding sooner, but visible density takes time because hair grows in cycles. So if a device promises dramatic regrowth in 2 weeks, let your eyebrow raise naturally. That is marketing, not medicine. When it comes to devices, caps and helmets are usually the easiest option because they sit close to the scalp and cover the common thinning areas. The 3 most popular hair-focused options right now are iRestore, Capillus, and Celluma Restore, in that order. iRestore is the most widely used. It's a helmet-style device, hands-free, and gives broad scalp coverage without much technique required. Capillus comes in second. It's a cap-style device, more discreet, less sci-fi, which is why a lot of people prefer it for daily use. Celluma Restore is a flexible panel designed to contour over the scalp. It's more of a clinical aesthetic brand, so it appeals to someone who already leans toward professional-grade beauty tech. But honestly, the real question is not which one looks the fanciest, it's which one will you actually use, because the most expensive red light device in the world does absolutely nothing sitting in a closet. Before you spend hundreds or thousands of dollars, ask yourself one question: do I actually know why my hair is thinning? If the answer is no, pause. Hair loss from low iron, thyroid disease, crash dieting, rapid weight loss, major stress, medication changes, or autoimmune conditions is not going to be fixed by a glowing cap. Red light therapy may support the scalp, but it does not correct the underlying driver. A reasonable hair evaluation includes ferritin, thyroid function, vitamin D, B12, hormone history, and whether you're experiencing true shedding or miniaturization, because those are different problems. Now, the biggest mistake? People buy the device, use it randomly, skip weeks, restart, forget the schedule, and then decide after a month that it doesn't work. That is not a trial. That is a casual relationship with a helmet. You need a schedule. Most hair devices are used several times per week, often 10 to 30 minutes per session, depending on the model. Follow the instructions. More is not automatically better. Take baseline photos before you start. Same lighting, same angle, same part line, same distance. Bathroom mirror selfies under different lighting will lie to you. One day you'll think you're cured. The next day you'll think you're one shampoo away from disaster. So who is this actually for? It's most reasonable for someone with early thinning, mild to moderate androgenetic hair loss, or someone who wants a non-drug supportive option. It may also make sense if you're already using proven treatments and want to layer in an additional tool. Best case, you may see reduced shedding, stronger existing hairs, and better density over time. That may sound less exciting than the ads, but if you've been watching your part widen month after month, that is a meaningful result. If your shedding is sudden, severe, patchy, scarring, or happening after a major medical event, get evaluated. Red light therapy is not the moment to play detective with a $900 helmet. My honest answer on whether it's worth it can be. If you have the right type of thinning, realistic expectations, and enough discipline to use it consistently for months, it's probably not worth it if you want fast results, don't know why your hair is falling out, or know yourself well enough to admit you won't stick to a schedule. If you try it, choose a reputable, hair-focused device, follow the protocol exactly, and track your results at 3 and 6 months. Hair growth is rarely fixed by one glamorous gadget. It's usually the boring combination of doing the right things consistently and not sabotaging your scalp with heat, tension, and panic ordering products at midnight. If this helped, subscribe to Lovely Living for more smart beauty and wellness upgrades worth thinking through before you spend the money. Because looking elevated should never require falling for every glowing gadget with a good marketing team.